Hey, Joe, I know you guys have seen the Hawks, a couple of times, but with this, new look team and still getting adjusted to the roles and getting disciplined with your principals, what kind of test, given their personnel, is this for your defense?
It's another big test. Atlanta has a lot of really good young players that are all really capable off the bounce. Typically you might face a lineup where it might be just one or two guys that you're really cognizant of being able to put it on the deck and get by you. There's at times when Atlanta can put five guys out there that are all capable of attacking you. So it's definitely a big guard your man game, keeping your man in front, but then also collectively having those backside rotations, having each other's back. So it is going to be a big test for us, and something that we're not unfamiliar with because we have, like you mentioned, played against them twice already.
And I know this kind of goes without saying, given what James can do offensively, but he's been in such a facilitator mode for these last few games. When he got loose in the fourth quarter, what does that do for everyone else out there in the group?
I think it just shows sort of his maturation or brilliance as a sort of a floor general and a big time player where he's trying to get people involved early on, and then he can take over a game at any point, and he did that for us last night late in the game when we needed him to. But just being able to have somebody like that, Kai is capable of that, Kev is capable of that, but James in particular, his sort of savvy in terms of getting guys touches early on, but then being able to take over a game late is a huge luxury for us.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Hey, Joe, I was curious if the team had a chance to look at the film or then analyze how you felt you handled the Miami zone after, Cleveland gave you a little bit of problems with it too.
Yeah, so we struggled against the zone against Cleveland, cleaned it up a little bit in Miami, but still not, where we wanted it to be. Worked on it a little bit today in practice because it's probably going to be something that we're going to see a lot going forward. Obviously, our offense poses a lot of problems for defensive matchups, so teams are probably more likely not going to zone a lot of the time. And I think we definitely got better in the Miami games, but still a lot to clean up.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Joe, Jeff Green's a veteran guy who came in, has filled a lot of roles for you guys so far, starter, bench, playing the 4, playing the 5, and he shot the ball great. How would you kind of describe his impact and influence on this group so far?
Yeah, Jeff has been, I guess I don't even know what word to just pinpoint. I mean, there's a number of words you could associate with Jeff. He's sort of just like the glue guy. He does a little bit of everything for us and really just sort of steadies the ship, whether it's his voice, leadership, and then just him being a utility type player, being able to plug any role that is asked of him and do it at a high level. He's kind of filled a bunch of different voids for us, and he's done it differently almost in every game that we've played. But like you've mentioned, he's been really consistent, especially shooting the ball. And I think that's just him being a great veteran player, seeing a lot, and also just not having, this huge ego where, he needs to do X, Y, and Z. He's just trying to do stuff to help out the team and help the team win.
Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Joe, how much today on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death, is it a collective mourning that you guys are taking space for in practice versus a individual day that you all are taking as you go?
I think definitely probably more of an individual thing. We didn't do anything specifically at practice. I think you look back, honor obviously his life, but then you think about his family and lift up a prayer, a thought for them and the loved ones and his family that are still grieving and struggling every day. But I think in terms of just collectively, it is certainly more of an individual thing. There's some guys that have more of a relationship than others. And, we didn't do anything necessarily as a team.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Joe, last night, Steve Nash said he thought both teams were tired, so that maybe that fed into the shooting. But in the fourth quarter, you guys got 10 stops in a row. Have you seen some progress, some notable progress on defense or did you see it last night in that game because you held them to 14 points in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it's probably a mix of, like you said, teams being tired, guys missing shots, but the defense is also there, I think, on both ends. Both teams definitely played, much more aggressive and assertively on that end. And, I think we definitely got stops when we needed to, but a lot of it was, we kind of broke their spirit a little bit by hitting tough shots, getting timely baskets, and then, the stops started to mount up there in the fourth.